Power circles is an old idea of mine, about 5 to 6 years old, right? When I first started to think about starting the shift. Hi, my name is Selicia. I am the co-founder of The Shift and I'm the co-creator of Power Circles, which is our flagship program for women's development. Now, it's not a traditional leadership development program, and the whole point of it not being a leadership development program, because a lot of leadership development programs are designed for you to be a leader in one particular environment. And that's beneficial, right? But that comes after. This is actually about your development as a woman, for you to understand your power. And what we do is we then layer that up with a toolkit, an essential toolkit of the things that you need for your development. And then we add another layer, which is that peer-to-peer network. And you might think, well, what is this toolkit and why do I need it? The toolkit is something that both myself and Krista have discovered in the last few years as we've transitioned into careers where we support, coach, develop other women and other groups into how they can get the equity that they deserve at work. And so the whole point of this toolkit is that there are key ways to build skills that will help you to navigate your career in a successful way. So for example, if I just think about myself, right, I was quite successful in the corporate world. However, I had no strategy, I had no coaching, I certainly had no sponsorship, and I had minor bits of mentoring, but not much, right? And so I just was winging it. I had no idea. I had heard of all of these things, right? But I didn't quite understand the value of them or the difference between them. I just winging it. And winging it's fine. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm pretty good at winging a lot of things, but winging something is so different to understanding the rules of a game and having a strategy. You know, it's like the person who understands how to play chess and the person who just wings it, understands the game, but just wings the game, doesn't have a strategy. You need to have a strategy, especially as women, especially for the equity that we deserve. Other people are playing the strategy, they have a strategy, they understand the game. So you also need to understand what that is. So that's the whole point of the toolkit. It gives you these foundational elements that a lot of women that we've worked with, that I've worked with and that Krista's worked with, either don't have or have never heard of, have never been shown, or just actually have no knowledge about it whatsoever, because we're encouraged to just put our heads down, to do the work, and someone's going to notice that we're doing the good work. It doesn't work like that. I think by now you probably know it doesn't work like that. And that's the whole point, is that you have to understand how it does work. So the whole point of Power Circles is that we actually give you that toolkit so you can just take the equity that you are entitled to. We don't want you to ask for permission. We don't want you to feel like you don't understand the rules of the game. The rules of the game are, you need this toolkit. And then on top of that, you're going to have your peer network, you're going to have us, and these are the skills that are going to last you for life, in work, outside of work.